Today, I'll be surviving 200 days in Minecraft Bedrock Edition. I've already survived 100 and was able to accomplish quite a lot. I have 3 main goals I want to complete before hitting day 200. The first goal is building with villagers in preparation for trades. Goal number 2 is to really focus and build a lot on the cherry side of the base. I only built once over there in the first 100 days and I want to expand on the idea. The final goal is to conquer an ocean monument. I'll attempt to bring down another Minecraft boss. This is 200 days in Minecraft Bedrock Edition. The 200-day journey starts on day 100 where I left off. I still don't have a full set of diamond armor, and when I went to craft a helmet, I saw that I didn't have enough diamonds. Well, I did, but I'm very low. I instead craft a diamond pickaxe to get fortune 3 for some more diamonds, but I saw that I was only level 9. So what I'll do is craft 5 iron picks and go down to our mine shaft. From there, I just strip mine for some diamonds, so when I get fortune 3 eventually, I'll be able to mine them. It's also nice to gather this deep slate for the building I want to do in this video. I found diamonds by mining redstone I almost passed up. There's 3 ore here that I'll leave for now. Once my inventory was full, I ran back up to the top to drop off what I've mined and went back down on day 101 to continue. Short after, I found 6 diamonds followed by 2 on day 102. Day 103, I want to build a lava farm. This is because I'll need a lot of lava for something I want to add to the enchantment room. For that farm, I need dripstone, so I spent half the day looking for the hole I surfaced from last video with no luck. I did get 2 nautilus shells. I then watched the video back to see where I came out from. Here's the hole, I made my way down, found the dripstone, and mined away. Making my way back up to surface, it was raining just like last time. To start this farm, I just need a single bucket of lava, and because I really don't want to go to the nether, I run over to a ruined nether portal to grab some. Take a guess at what I see just past this portal. A 12th village within maybe a 2,000 block radius. The blacksmith only had bread for me, but when I took a look at this village, it turns out it had a double blacksmith, the first of the 12. The second chest had a bit more loot. I had to make a pit stop at this village to skip the night. Someone wasn't happy not being able to sleep, and I get this door slammed in my face. Back home, I start with the lava farm itself. You just need a cauldron underneath dripstone with some lava to have an infinite source. I start the build with spruce in the corner, then a layer of cobblestone connecting the corners. The entrance will move outwards 4 blocks with the same pattern. I fill the walls in with wood, which may end up not being the smartest thing when dealing with lava. I craft as many cobble stairs as I can and begin the roof. Day 106, I move on to the wood part of the roof and almost make a pretty big mistake. Let's fix this just a little. To avoid that same mistake, the majority of this roof will be cobblestone. To make it not so overpowering, I break it up with 2 chimneys built with mainly wood. These chimneys are simple yet look nice. It might be a glitch in the game, but wandering traders always give me leads. The detailing of this build is done with fence gates, cobblestone walls, dripstone blocks, slabs, fences, and trapdoors. As I dug up the floor, I saw a hole I covered in the first 100 days. The flooring will be made with a cobblestone border and wood on the inside. I also placed dripstone blocks under the cauldron spots for a nice touch. 70 iron later, the entire row is filled with cauldrons. To break up the cobblestone on the interior, I used more dripstone blocks as well as dripstone itself. Day 108, here's the final look at the lava farm. I absolutely love how this build came out. It doesn't yell what it is, but does look so nice. Heading inside, it's pretty clustered in a good way. Despite all the cobblestone, I don't believe it's harsh. This is probably my favorite build of the world so far. I want to build a massive auto carrot farm on the cherry side of the base. I craft 3 iron axes due to my diamond shortage, and I grab a travel bed knowing I'll be out there for a day. I finish 108 and spend all of day 109 chopping away. While doing so, I started to hear a weird sound nearby. I thought maybe a slime was sneaking up on me, but didn't see one. I then thought maybe there's a slime underneath me in a cave and saw what the noise was coming from. I already started chopping this tree down, so I wasn't going to stop now. I get attacked by Barry and his friends, and I will say they're lucky I didn't have winter boots. I slept the night and chopped more on day 110. Cherry trees shockingly take longer to get stacks of wood than 2x2 spruce trees. Day 111, I have 11 stacks of wood and 2.5 stacks of cherry saplings to expand the cherry side of the forest. You need to plant them with a nice distance in between due to how they grow. I dropped the wood off and remember that I can now make shulker boxes, one of the best things ever added to Minecraft. I make one pink and another red, the other 3 can sit in storage until they're needed. It's been 2 weeks since I've harvested these crops, so that's exactly what I did. I went to check on the lava and no progress has been made. I knocked the cauldron down a block to see if that would help. Back to the great harvest. By the end of that, I was left with a lot of mainly sugarcane. The cows and sheep were also fed. So was I. Before I can build the auto carrot farm, I need villagers. So what I need to build now is a villager breeder. This will be dug into the cliff right here on the cherry side. There's a lot of digging I need to do as well as explaining my thought process to this. Let's begin. First things first, the reason I want a lot of carrots is so I can start trading with villagers and get a lot of emeralds. And the reason I want a lot of emeralds is so I can eventually start trading with librarian villagers and get a lot of really good enchanted books. But the very first step to all of this is actually having a villager. Well, 2 villagers. So I need to build up this room so I can have a lot of villagers. This is what our base looks like right now. Eventually, what I would like to do is have a dock go all around this lake, connecting on both sides. Over on the cherry side, since it's already up on the hill, I also want to make a wall all the way around this area. That is also why the entrance of the villager breeder is exposed and weird like this. It'll have its proper entrance once I get this wall built. And my plans still have not changed from the first 100 days, where right here I want to have some sort of build using both cherry and spruce wood. This will be the villager's new home. I'd like to add sea lanterns to this, but that'll have to wait till after the ocean monument. I'll put tracks through here, and it'll be pretty easy to transport all the villagers. Again, the entrance will look so much better once I get the retaining wall built. Endermen hate bath time. I placed some fences to keep them in for now, craft 2 boats, and sail off to the nearby village. It being right on water made it very easy to relocate this villager. Getting up the hill was super easy, barely an inconvenience. I then of course went back and relocated villager number 2. This one needed to go through a tunnel and there was a drown with a trident. I've taken out multiple drowns with tridents and none of them have dropped their trident. Until now. Back to bringing this lovely person to their new home. Day 123, it's almost time to begin the auto carrot farm. For that, I harvest some carrots as well as sugarcane for future paper trades. I was happy to see that moving the cauldron down a block fixed the problem I had. I went ahead and moved them all down and placed the next lava bucket. As I was collecting sugarcane, I found the brother of the drowned from day 74. He was very happy to continue his brother's sugarcane legacy. I gather everything I'll need to build the auto carrot farm. The link to the tutorial that I'm using will be down in the description. I did need to do some terraforming as the land wasn't perfect and this skeleton didn't like that. As I build, I just followed the tutorial. Basically, a carrot farmer villager will farm carrots and throw the carrots to another villager, but the carrots will land in a hopper, making me get all the carrots. Once I was finished with the farm itself, all I needed to do was set up a little system to transport the villagers. I dug a little staircase right here and made a railway go through towards the auto farm. I then gave a train ticket to this villager. It's 80 blocks from the breeder, which I hoped would be far enough, but it doesn't seem so as this farmer somehow took the composter from the auto farm. After he was erased, a new farmer has risen. Now to transport one more villager. This was a little difficult due to the punch when I was trying to just break the cart. It gets worse as I do it a second time. Third time's the charm and the auto farm is ready to go. I just need to plant the carrots. How did a pig get in here? I went back and broke the villagers' beds to try and get the farmers to take the new beds. I'm not sure if it worked. I did say I was building a massive carrot farm and this doesn't qualify. That's because it's not done. I plan to stack more of these carrot farms on top of each other to increase production. That won't be done just yet as I don't have enough villagers right now. Let's fix that. I will be sure to keep up with the lava farm. I'm out of food after giving the last of what I had to the villagers. Let's fix that too. I bake more bread and hand it over. This looks pretty cool, doesn't it? To see if this farm actually works, I bone meal some crops and watch. The villager grabs all the carrots and stands in a corner. Let's give it some time and hope for some results. Every time I need to get across this lake, I've had to swim. Time to change that by building a bridge. Although before I can get to that, I should build up the retaining wall. I'll start with deep slate tiles on the base, somewhat following the outline of the hill. I'll then build it up with polished deep slate. I think its smooth look will flow very well with what I'm aiming for. I've ran completely out of deep slate. Here's a look at the wall so far. It's so far only about half as tall as I want it to be. Day 131, I craft 11 iron picks to go gather deep slate in my mineshaft. I'll be able to find diamonds while getting the blocks I need to keep building. It's a win-win. Stacks upon stacks of deep slate while finding 3 diamond veins for a total of 24 diamonds. This lava got in my way, so I went to try and fix it, leading me to a cave with the deep dark. The warden fight will definitely have to wait. Back to mining, I find a 6th vein of diamonds and all my picks have broke on day 134. The next day, I craft the redstone into blocks to save some space, and when I go to take a look at the deep slate I've gained, this happens. I'm not sure what's going on or why this happened. I've never had this problem before and it doesn't look like a bug. I could toggle my perspective but couldn't open any chests. Pressing escape also wasn't working. After 30 seconds, it was fixed. I was able to get 40 stacks of deep slate while mining down there, meaning I can continue on the retaining wall. This took many stacks, leading to day 136 where the main wall has been completed. I can expand it in the future, but this is the size I want right now. I continue with the bottom layer of deep slate tiles underwater. While doing so, it was raining as well as thundering. Very scary weather means I go to bed. Once that was finished, I checked on the carrot farm and no carrots. It's probably broken because it's too close to where they believe their home is. That'll be solved at a later time because the wall isn't finished. Back with the villagers, I begin to complete their entrance. This part won't be an entrance anymore as I planned it to be. Instead, it'll be a window in the wall and I'll build an actual entrance up top with the extended space. I break open the wall and outline it with deep slate tiles. I'll need some glass, so I gather some sand before night falls. Day 139, I expand the cherry roof and walls, plus detail the interior similar to how I did previously. I took down the fence, placed in the windows, and now the villager's home is complete besides an adjustment on the real entrance. Back to the wall, I add in stripped cherry logs. I'm doing this to add some depth and color. Too bad Bedrock doesn't have the Java offhand. This could go by much faster. I'm all out of wood yet again. I won't delete the trees I planted earlier. Those are just there for the cherry biome feel of the base. Day 142, I get one of my first jump scares of the world. Both iron axes have broke. My diamond axe is also on its last leg. I finish up with every log in place and go through with deep slate walls to add just a little more detail. Here's the final look on the retaining wall. I may eventually extend it out that direction as well as that direction connecting to what I want to do there. And I think another really cool thing I can do in the future is once I have some builds up there, I can give them some basements and put more windows like that one in spots like this. A bridge and dock will also be added in, as well as a staircase going up, but that'll have to wait till a dock is finished. Next up is filling in this hole with dirt that'll become grass. Usually it can be a big problem getting enough dirt to fill in something this big. Luckily for me, I've done a lot of terraforming so far and I have 3 double chests full of dirt, so it won't be a problem. A couple days go by, getting to day 147 where we have this entire layer of dirt. Next up, I add some height to the walls so it lines up with the grass up here. Polished deep slate with cherry wood. The fence will be made out of, well, fences, with some wood and slabs in the mix. This retaining wall has come out very nice and it honestly didn't take as long to build as I thought it would. I only used around 35 stacks of dirt for this. On my way to get even more wood, I checked the auto farm chest and was very happy when I saw carrots. That means this farm works and will be expanded on. Days 148 and 149 were all about cherry wood. If you remember, day 50 of this world wasn't very special, and that means day 150 won't be either. It was really just spent doing the chores of Minecraft, crops and animals. I want Fortune 3 so I can mine the diamonds from earlier. The enchantment available for the diamond pickaxe was Unbreaking 3, meaning there's a pretty fair chance that Fortune comes with it. I used the only XP farm I currently have and got to level 30. This zombie was also trying to gain XP, but this is a carrot farm, goofball. I do the level 30 enchantment and get the near perfect pickaxe. Fortune 2 is such a letdown. That being said, I will still go and mine those diamonds. There are 41 diamonds down there. How many do you think I'll have after using this Fortune 2 pick? The answer is 75. That's a lot of diamonds, but honestly not a great ratio. It's fine as I'll be able to finish off my diamond armor and tools. Day 153, I start building a dock. Before I begin, this drown hopped in a boat and started to burn. I of course saved him and I was thanked by not being attacked. I start with collecting the sugarcane in front of my house, then craft 31 campfires. I'll use these for the spruce side of the dock. I then build out 5 blocks following the edge of the surface. I'll go through and rough this up soon. I just want to get the layout ready first. I add these spruce logs surrounding this first platform, then place barrels on top. Hopefully these are far enough from the villagers so they don't become fishermen. Now I'll go through and break parts of the dock at random so I can place in trapdoors for a broken look. I was also going to add campfires, but they didn't place as I thought they would. What I do instead is go with cobblestone slabs. I place in snuffed campfires and have the idea to keep them as is. They make it look flashy and medieval, plus over here it really shows the divide between the two sides of the base. I then break the inner outline of grass and fill it in with cobblestone. Trapdoors will be used as a slight fence around the dock. It's very split up and uneven. Random fence placements will also go on the inner layer. The final look at the spruce dock before a possible extension in the future. Now onto the cherry base dock. I go out 9 blocks instead of the 5 from the other side. While building, I found a skeleton who didn't know how to swim. On top of that, arrows don't work underwater, so Mr. Skeleton had to revert to punches. Day 157, I finished the base of the dock. The pilings here will be 4 stripped cherry logs, 2 deep slate walls, and a slab. On day 158, the rain started to fall again. As long as there's no thunder, I'm fine. I love how this looks so far. Deep slate tile slabs will be a border for the dock with cherry fences going around. The lighting will be done with torches. I don't have enough iron for lanterns and I'd like to use seed lanterns, but obviously haven't made it that far yet. There will be 2 main ways to get up to the top. The first will be a staircase going up inside the wall here. Cherry wood stairs surrounded by deep slate. 6 blocks up, we have a turn in the staircase. By nightfall, I made it to the surface. I broke a hole in the wall to add a window. I also make a small room from the staircase for no other reason than being pretty cool. This way up is mostly ready to go, besides the detailing and the building up top. The second entrance will go here and it'll be a water elevator. I don't have the resources to build it just yet, but very soon. This is the updated look at the beginnings of the cherry base. I've been talking about building a bridge connecting both sides for a while now, but as I look at each base, I really want to keep them separate from each other. I really like the idea of 2 rival bases being built separate ways. I see that my diamond axe can get efficiency 4, so I waste no time getting some XP and get the enchantment. No Unbreaking 3 is sad, but either way, this axe will be very fast. The lava farm is now at full speed. Since I don't have enough iron for a lot of buckets, I'll just make a hole to hold the lava temporarily. I'll need quite a lot for what I plan to do. Let's put this axe to use and chop some trees. I'm not low on spruce wood right now, but I do want to gather a lot of saplings to expand the spruce forest. After using up nearly a stack, I didn't make much progress, so I ran over to an unexplored spruce forest. On day 164, I see a massive taiga biome surrounding a pretty big birch biome. Time to cut away. On day 165, my diamond axe was very weak. Not having Unbreaking 3 really shows. I was able to get 2 stacks of saplings along with 9 stacks of spruce wood. The rest of the day I planted away. I was in his way, so he made me pay. This zombie decayed, so he hit my leg. This base is looking great. This base really is coming along nicely. I'll now be fixing my axe, but instead of using a regular axe, I'll enchant a new one to combine the two. I wanted Unbreaking 3, but will accept Efficiency 3 to combine with my broken axe to get Efficiency 5. Little did I know that's not how it works. I knew 2 Efficiency 4s could get you Efficiency 5, but I also thought a 4 plus 3 could get you a 5 as well. Apparently, getting an Unbreaking 3 enchantment is very rare for an axe. Unbreaking 1 will have to do until I begin villager trading. I also named my tools. Something I don't really ever do, but since I plan to have this world long term, there we go. I'm low on deep slate again, so I will strip mine. Again. 18 stacks of deep slate and 35 diamonds later, I was finished. My supply is looking pretty healthy with just under 2 stacks. I now head to the nether to gather soul sand for a water elevator. I'm hit before I even load in, and these zombie pigmen see how unfair that was. I'm not wearing any gold, and it shows here as these 3 had problems. A straight path like this in Bedrock means there's almost no way I lose. I gather the soul sand from the fortress and leave. There will be no dilly-dallying in the nether. Although this glowstone looks extra bright today. I loot a chest I missed the first time I was in the nether and was reminded to not waste time. I really just want to get out of here. The excitement of escaping the nether. I forgot I built this dock here. I really do love Feather Falling 4. The last thing I need for the elevator is kelp. I take flight and soar to the ocean. I make it home with my wings low on health. I have not forgotten about my lava. For some reason, I didn't grab much kelp, so I had to plant some here. Day 170, I build the entrance for the staircase. I start with getting the corners in place, then a base of deep slate tiles. Just like the retaining wall was built, I switch over to polished deep slate. There will be 2 separate heights to this building. I think this is a good way to make the build look nice and make up for the uneven footing. The roof is done with an outline of deep slate tiles and cherry stairs. Day 172, now that the structure is done, I detail the build. I place everything evenly across. On day 173, I finished the first entrance. Onto the second entrance, I'll build this bubble elevator. I use walls and trapdoors to make it look nice, plus this glass through the middle of it. The water elevator, aka entrance 2, is built and good to go. Since I've been focusing on these entrances, let's do that some more with the dock. I'll just break out a couple sections following the same pattern. Here's another updated look at the cherry bases progression. I go through and change the way I'm holding this lava because it's pretty difficult to see how much I've collected. There are 2 changes I want to make to the enchantment room. One has to do with the floor, and for that I need a lot of lava, but the other is the surrounding build. These trees don't grow how I want them to, so I'll be making a change. I start with attacking the trees while grabbing some leaves. As I was beginning to build, I find this pink sheep. I know how suspicious this looks. I have access to infinite pink dye, but I did not dye this sheep. I go to grab some wheat to keep the sheep contained, and when I get back, pink sheep is gone. To avoid building the wall unevenly, I build the wall piece by piece on all 4 corners. An updated look on the enchantment room. I did plant some trees on the inside hoping they can grow. Day 178 was another one of those chore days. Conquering an ocean monument is one of the goals I'd like to complete before day 200. It would take around 2 days of travel time just to get to and from the ocean monument, but I have the elytra, so that means I can fly. Although my elytra are very damaged. What I'm going to do is stay up for a couple nights to make phantom spawn, meaning I'll be able to fix up my elytra. In the meantime, I'll build automatic sugarcane farms. They'll be stacked on top of the carrot farm. The reason I'm not continuing the auto carrot farm is because it is far more difficult to get villagers here and to take their jobs than it is for a paper farm. Both automatic builds also give about the same outcome. Doing it this way just makes more sense. The villagers still will be very useful when I'm ready to get the best possible gear. The tutorial I'm using to build this will be linked down in the description. I did have to go mine for iron because I didn't have enough left for pistons I needed. I knew I didn't collect all the iron from the massive iron vein in the first 100 days, so I went back and gathered more. I left with 3.5 stacks of iron ore. The beautiful fortune pickaxe helped a lot. Day 180, I get back to building. Cobblestone won't be a regular used block on this side of the base, but this will be covered in a build, so I'm not worried about the farm itself not looking presentable. This creeper didn't like how it looked either. There are going to be 3 auto sugarcane farms stacked on top of 1 auto carrot farm. The beauty with this is I can go as high as I want and ramp up production. 3 will be a fine start. Day 181, I finished the first parts of the farm. It doesn't look great, but there will be a deep slate and cherry wood structure around it. Night 181, I'm still unable to sleep and phantoms have yet to spawn. I'm low on cherry wood and deep slate, but I have enough to at least get started on auto tower. That has a nice ring to it. I start with some terraforming, then build a 1-layer square around the base. Next up, I evenly place down cherry logs around the corners and in the middle. From there, I build up 5 blocks all around. As I've been doing with a lot of the builds on the cherry side so far, I'll go with a transition between deep slate tiles, and now this time it'll be deep slate bricks. I also start breaking it up accordingly with cherry wood planks. As I was building, I was knocked off. The opponent I've been waiting for has arrived. I ran home to grab my bow and began the battle. I take out the first 2 with both dropping their membranes, followed by a third who had advanced battle tactics. I didn't see any for a while until out of nowhere as I was swimming, I was attacked by 4 at once. Fun fact, the rain puts out the flame on your arrows. I sniped this skeleton and went into third person to celebrate. This phantom tried taking advantage of that and got trick-shotted. A couple more taken down. Day 183, I have enough phantom membrane to heal my elytra. It only takes 4, so I have 3 left over. I want to use this trident for the guardian fight, but can't since I have no way of repairing it. I grab these water breathing potions I got from the buried treasure chests and 1 instant health 2 potion just in case. 8 golden apples and 60 doors. I may run out of the water breathing potions before I win. 9 buckets of milk to deal with the mining fatigue I'll receive. I get Aqua Affinity on my helmet, craft a new one, and see Prot 3 for level 20. I get some XP the only way I know how, hit level 20, and combine the 2 helmets. On day 184, I take flight. I believe the closest temple is in the ocean near the stronghold. I don't have a lot of rockets, so I need to be conservative with my uses. I found the monument and got hit with mining fatigue before I hit the water. I build a small platform where I set my spawn and drop off my elytra. I organize my inventory, drink this water breathing potion, and jump in. I also drink this bucket of milk to get rid of the mining fatigue and get hit with it immediately. I fight the first Elder Guardian and see how difficult this will be without a shield. I get close to dying and eat a gold apple while safe. I'm still taking damage and don't know why. So much for going 100 days without dying. What happened there, and I didn't realize it until a little after, was I drank the bucket of milk, which got rid of the mining fatigue like I wanted, but it also got rid of my water breathing, which I just completely forgot about. And why I was so confused was because I didn't think I could drown because I had the water breathing potion. That's embarrassing. After grabbing all my loot, I fly back to land to find 1 piece of iron for a shield. I mine this iron, smelt it, and craft 2 shields, just in case. Take 2 on the Guardian fight. I swing my sword while trying to block the attacks. I see the attack charge up and it powers through my shield. I retreat behind the wall and heal up. I try to fight using these walls to my advantage. The shield does help, but not as much as I hoped it would. Our battle continues and I'm able to take out the first Elder Guardian. Only 2 to go. I want to resurface to collect myself and place a door to break the block faster and see that doors don't work like they used to. I believe this was a change that was made a while ago, but still, I was shocked and upset. Once my water breathing runs out, I'll have to repeatedly hit surface just to breathe. I don't know how to check how much time I have left on my water breathing. I need to make sure I don't waste any time. As I say that, I can't even mine up the sponge. All I want to do is see if I can use this sponge underwater to create little air pockets down there. I've never used sponges, but after a quick Google search, I have found that all you need to do is place it in the furnace. And since my water breathing has already run out, I can drink this bucket of milk and go ahead and just break it like that. There, now I have a dry sponge. This way, when my water breathing potions run out, I can still have air pockets because these doors don't work. Here we go. I should test if the sponge works as I think it does. Yes, perfect. Okay, that's exactly what I wanted to do. I've only successfully done this fight 1 time before, so one of the Elder Guardians is right here. I need to take this one out and another one in less than 3 minutes. Okay, dang it, we have the same reach, which makes this very unoptimal, although his strong attacks aren't able to hit me. Which, that's his strong attack. I just need to block it like that. Oh no, block, ow. I'll eat a gold apple and continue with the way I'm going now. It's definitely really the only way that I'm gonna be able to do this is just trading hits like that. Beautiful. I am all out of water breathing. Oh, I got an armor trim from that. That's cool. Maybe there's a world where I can collect fast enough. No, 14 sponges should be enough. He has a fishing rod. Oh my gosh, he's right there. How did he get here? Okay, let's block him off and make him have no water. There we go. I think my plan's gonna work. Ow. I feel like I'm taking more damage than him. Oh, there we go. The ocean monument has been conquered, and I only died once. All that's left is to collect the resources I want. The mining fatigue has ran out, meaning it won't be too difficult to grab what I want. Or so I thought. I still have to deal with running out of air, and not having silk touch means I'll need to take out a lot of guardians just to craft sea lanterns. I can always come back in the future more prepared to grab what I want. There's 13 days left and a couple more things I want to get done in that time. First things first, I need more deep slate. Day 189, back to cutting down trees. After that, I continued building the auto tower. By the end of the day, it was really coming along. There's a lot of detailing that needs to be done, but the structure itself is set. I make the transition into polished deep slate and continue up. This build will have a roof, but I won't build that until I get as many sugarcane farms inside as I want. While building this, I've gotten a stack of sugarcane and now have 7 stacks of carrots. This side of the hill needs a lot of work. Let's get to it. I fill my inventory with dirt and fill it in evenly, moving in 1 block at a time. Once I got to the level I wanted, I made a flat platform and turned that into stairs. Dangerous weather began, so I went to sleep. The next day, I extended the wall over past the new entrance. I also brought out the dock even more. On the back half of day 194, the far left side looks much better. During the 100-day video, I asked for names for the chicken that was here. Thank you for your name suggestions, although the chicken has moved on. I don't know how I didn't see this when I built it days ago, but the window is uneven. No big deal, it's a simple fix. Less than 5 days to go. I don't want to start any more big projects until I hit day 200, so I'll spend these next 5 days just gathering resources for future use. I collect wood, deep slate, and diamonds. Day 198, I restore letdown to full health. There's just 1 day left, and I spend it with collecting lava that will finally be used on the road to 300 days, and I gather sugarcane, leaving me with 2 full chests of future paper trades. I fall asleep and wake up on day 200. There's still so much more to do, and looking at our base here, a lot of space to build. If you want 300 days, please let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like.